Tell me about your experience as I think it was 18 Charlie. Right?
So when I first got to group, it was a rude awakening. So I had graduated the Q courses. Yeah, I'm Green Beret now. It's badass. And I thought, I just like, man, it's going to be smooth sailing from here. And I'm going to get to my company and I'm going to get to my ODA and everything's going to be easy. Yeah, because I just made it through all this training, right? No. So I show up to the company and I'm like, hey, yeah, it's, Sergeant Hendrickson here. I'm checking in to the company. Just finished training. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Who are you? Ryan Hendrickson, checking in. Oh, yeah, man, just go over there, dude. So, okay, so I'm over there. I said, man, that's not important. Is that the guy doesn't know who I am? I'm Green Beret. So finally, they're like, all right, dude, you're going to this ODA. It's like, all right, I'll get down there. These guys will care. I'm a Green Beret. I just went through all this training. Pretty badass. Get down there and knock on the door. This dude opens the door and he's just in Ranger panties. It's like, who the fuck are you, dude? I'm the you new 18 Charlie. What? We don't have a new 18 Charlie. Slam! I'm like, all right. So what do I do? And then door opens back up and he's like, stand outside. It's your place of duty. Yeah, stand here. We'll let you know. So I'm just standing there. Then they'd call me in for a thing or two. It was like, hey, what's your name? Sergeant Hendrickson. Man, your parents are jerks. My name is so-and-so. What's your name, stupid? It's like, oh, it's Ryan. Well, still a stupid name, but yeah, get back outside. Nobody cares. Shut up. What is going on here, man? And so slowly but surely, so it was like stand outside the door for, a week, and then you get let into the team room, and then, it's like your, best piece of advice I got is no one cares what you have to say. We don't care. You haven't done shit in your life. Shut your mouth, open your ears and your eyes and learn, because we're going to war. When I got to my ODA 4 months later, heading to Afghanistan, we're going to war. So no one cares who you are. We don't care. We're not friends. We're not, because when I got into group, Afghanistan, 2010, that was a big year in Afghanistan. Huge year, most casualty producing year in Afghanistan. And and I say back then, I'm not that, like, it's not like, oh, I'm this old school dude. No, I just mean back in 2010, until you prove yourself in combat, no one gives two shits about you at all, because you didn't do anything when bullets were flying. You can talk all you want. You can, be the best runner or swimmer or whatever it is, whether you're SEAL or Green Beret or MARSOC or whatever. No one cared until you proved yourself when rounds were flying and it actually meant something. And I was just like, wow, I made it all the way through training. Why are you like, you guys not know who I am? No, and we don't really care. So, because if you're not good, you're going to die and nobody wants to care. So yeah, better be good.
So, shit. So then, I guess you got out there. How did you find yourself as the man up front? Because it's interesting to say, like, that is the place you control. It's where you felt most safe. But one could argue you're also the first to encounter an IED.
Yeah. So as an 18 Charlie, it's, the demolition expert or whatnot. We go through IED courses. The Taliban were extremely good at adapting to our tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs. So the Taliban were very good at it. They knew, like, okay, when these guys are coming up on a house, they're going to put security up here, here, and here. Okay, we're going to put IEDs here, here, and here, because we know that this is where they're going to do security. And then they're going to move up on the door like this. They're probably not going to just be up on the wall. They're going to come at it at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to put IEDs right here. And then they're probably going to step over the threshold. One guy's going to, the number one man's never wrong. Number two guy, you go the opposite direction, whatnot. But we know kind of how, and so they were able to adapt to our TTPs, and they would IED, those areas. And we learned a little bit about it in the Q course as an 18 Charlie, the only MOS that really did. So you're like, all right. And they're like, all right, you're the IED guy, because you learned all this stuff about IEDs. Like, whoa, hold on. And so when I got into country, we had counter IED guys that were Afghans, and those dudes, extremely good. They could look down a road and be like, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. IED, IED, IED. Like, how do you know? He goes, I just know. Well, how? Well, because I'm from here and I know that that doesn't belong there and that's not right there. It's like, damn. And so I started to learn that, yeah, you have all this equipment and mine detecting equipment, all this other stuff, but I have found the majority of my IEDs with my eyeballs, you know, because it's ground signed. It's something's not right here. Would I put one here? Okay, then maybe there's one here. And all that was learned in Afghanistan, but I ended up in the front because of my MOS. It's like, oh, well, you're the IED guy. You trained on it in the Charlie course. And I was like, not really, but okay. But I ended up I ended up loving it because I could control my environment in the front. I can, you know, you're never going to be able to control what the enemy does. But if I'm in the front, the only thing I'm worried about is what, you know, what I can't control, but I can control everything around me. And so me having that control, it created safety for me. Even though I was probably the first one to get my face canoed in, it created a safety bubble because I had control over being in the front. And it's weird to explain, but it's just how my mind works. Like I control, you know, what I can control. And if it's meant to happen, then it's going to happen. You can't control that. It's just, that's, you know, because I believe that the beginning of your life and the end of your life are written. They're set in stone. There's nothing you can do about it. When you're born and when you die. That's done. But those pages in between, they're all blank. So it's how you're going to fill them out. So if this is how I'm going to die, it's already done. It doesn't matter if I'm in Afghanistan or at home. This is how I will die this day. And there's nothing you can do to change it. And that's my mindset. And so being in the front, you know, if I get my face shot off or whatnot, it was going to happen that way. Because that was, you know, that's my ending chapter of my story. But I can control my environment. And I guess I like to have control because it's safety.